Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the beautiful co-host of an amazing, new, exciting podcast launching on this network very soon. It's called Black Business Live. You won't want to miss this next segment.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I love our television network because podcasters from all walks of life are coming in here and launching exciting new shows. And I couldn't be more pleased to introduce you to the co-hosts of Black Business Live. Thanks for coming on the show, ladies.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right. So let's start with you, Tolu. Tell us about the podcast.
So Black Business Live is a media platform that we've created to really highlight the stories of multi-million-dollar business owners in the Black community who want to tell their story, but at the same time help others to walk that same path as themselves.
And Belva, you guys have been thinking about this for a while. How long have you been marinating on this?
Absolutely, we have, Jeff. We've been working on this podcast for over a year now, and it's been an exciting moment to finally get here and be able to share our stories.
Outstanding. We're going to pull up the podcast page so people can get a sense of this. One, I love the graphics. I love the logo and how you guys are approaching this.
Thank you.
Tell us, what are some of the things that we're going to learn on your podcast? Tolu?
Well, a number of things. We're starting with manufacturing, of course, aligned with the Made in Manufacturing initiative, but also how to take those steps to expand. That's one of the things that business owners have said, is that they want to learn the practical ways in which they can expand and scale. So we're really looking forward to hearing from those who have, who've done that and how we can, our community can leverage.
And Belva, right before the show, I was asking you about a success story, and you told me a wonderful story about somebody who is celebrating vegan juice.
Yes, absolutely. So we worked with a company called Juice Bay this year in April, and they are a cold pressed alkaline vegan juice, fresh juice. And we took that juice to Coachella and managed to do an activation for the whole week of Coachella. It was fantastic, phenomenal, as you could imagine. So much creativity, but being able to expand that brand's presence there really amplified their sales overall in the presence of that company. So yeah, it was amazing.
Tell us what all went into that. Is it hard to exhibit at Coachella?
Well, first, in this particular case, this brand was selected by the owners of Coachella, which is I forgot the name of it. We'll catch that. But anyways, you had to be invited, right, to be the only juice brand there. And then the footprint there was amazing. It was the actual food court. So where everyone gathers, obviously, to eat and drink. And then so to expand and be there where all the people are at the time. So it was about over 100,000 people each day.
No kidding.
Came through. And so we were able to maximize that presence there, share the juice, give people an opportunity to try something that was able to hydrate you in the desert. So you can imagine 100 and something degrees out there.
Congratulations. And Tolu, you have a story about a woman you met on a plane.
Yes. So it was such an interesting meetup. We were sitting beside each other. One was in front and I was behind. And, we got talking. I shared my business card. And then she just mentioned that she had been laid off her corporate job. She was working as an attorney for Facebook at the time. And she was just trying to figure what to do out. And then we met up for an hour. And we had a coaching session where we looked at her entire portfolio, her career portfolio, her existing businesses, and we worked out a path for her to reinstate that business, the attorney's practice. And today, she's not just the proud business owner of a lawyer's attorney. She's an international MC going around the world facilitating conferences. And at the same time, she has scaled her business and she's already in the $1 million mark. And that's just in 2 years. Wow. So, that was a pivotal moment for her to either go back to corporate or use what she had inherent in her. And she chose the latter. So.
And what does that feel like to be able to help an entrepreneur take their game to the next level?
Honestly, I've found it extremely rewarding. I work both with entrepreneurs and corporate clients. And, for the entrepreneurs, being able to take that step, it's almost like holding a baby's hand. But when they are able to achieve that next level, I find it refreshing and completely rewarding.
We've got some video from our library that we're going to run. And I would say that any entrepreneur, no matter what their skin color is, has challenges. Mm-hmm. But there are some unique challenges to Black business owners. Do you want to talk about that, Belva?
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many challenges when trying to especially scale your business. Oftentimes you don't have the network, perhaps. So this particular podcast is also unique because we're bringing in those individuals. It's filmed live. So we're also allowing folks to come and, attend and network and meet the individuals that we are interviewing so that they could get hands-on information directly from those that have already scaled their business in that particular area.
And I know access to capital is a challenge for all entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
Tolu, do you want to talk about that?
Yes. There was a recent SAGE report that talks about how Black business owners navigate access to capital. Not just. I think everybody faces the same challenge, but the interesting thing about the Black business owners is that many of them tend to self-fund from the onset, and they use personal credit, which just it reduces their chances of them actually getting more credit in the future. So understanding the rules, understanding how to raise funds, understanding how to bootstrap it effectively, but at the same time also being bold enough to go and ask, where you need it. It's not something that Black business owners are very familiar with. So the training, the mentorship to be able to take those steps, and also the fact that you don't always have to use your own resource, right? Many people are running their business on the side with a day job, trying to keep everything going and trying to fund the business. It wears them out. Yes. And understanding the dynamics of the game is a training that we're all, trying to help out. And I do a lot of work, particularly with the banking community locally, to teach the steps to actually get that visibility, to gain the trust you need for capital access as well.
And why don't you amplify that, Belva? Do you find that many of the people that you're helping have challenges getting access to capital?
Absolutely. And that's why it's so important for community banking relationships, right? And as well as funding from, investors and that. So it's great to expand your network and understanding that these resources are available, and we're here to help direct those individuals where they can go to get additional funding.
Tell us the plans for the podcast. What kind of guests do you see yourself interviewing over the next weeks and years?
Well, we've got a ton of guests. We have one of our guests is a UK-based manufacturer who has had a significant footprint and recently was awarded by the King. So she's got an MBE award. We've also got a guest who is she's a second generation business owner in the electronics manufacturing, where you don't really find many Black business owners. And she's really big on generational wealth creation and how to open the doors for not just your immediate family, but for generations to come. And we've also got a couple of business owners in the beauty industry as well. So there is a very interesting list of guests that we have.
And I know that everybody who's stuck in a 9-to-5 who hates their job is thinking, okay, I'll just become an entrepreneur and I'll become rich. But there's a lot of pitfalls, and I'm assuming that they're going to learn a lot on your show.
Absolutely. And we're hoping to help them avoid as many pitfalls as possible. That's the whole point of the show as well. Give them the information they need, point them in the direction that they can go to get more information. They can find information in our show notes. So we are always sharing a resource of tools and resources for folks to be able to get the information they need to expand and be successful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies, we're almost out of time. So I want you to both leave with some final thoughts. Tolu, do you want to start?
Well, like for me, it's very simple. It's, the path to entrepreneurial success is not a lonely one. It's one in community. And that's what we're trying to do, is to build community and networks to help you to reach that destined dream that you want to achieve.
All right, Belva, we'll give you the final word.
Thank you. We're all in this together. We're definitely here to help support the community to grow and scale and become successful overall, because when one person succeeds, we all succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. Ladies, you've been amazing guests. We're going to leave them with the podcast page off of your website so they can get in touch with you, blackandb.com/podcast. Tolu and Belva, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.